All right. Let's see. We got the motherfucking Wisdom Wednesday mobile edition. Y'all ain't never seen nothing like this. Y'all ain't never seen nothing like this. I'm on my broke nigga hours, so I ain't in my studio. But you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put it upside down for a second. We gonna make it work though. We gonna make it work. Just like she make it twerk though. All right. All right. So this Wisdom Wednesday, we will be talking about magic and my love of magic and my not so I don't even know. Let's get into it. All right. Boom. This diagram right here is the key. This is the golden key that you need to understand. I just created this like 10 seconds ago. I just finished. So, you know what I'm saying? Bear with me. This is the rough draft, I guess you could say. Let me see if I can flip this camera though. I can't flip it. That's tough. That's tough. Mm, yeah, I sure can't do that. Hold on, let me flip this. Damn. All right, I cannot flip my camera. That is a bummer. All right, so I'm about to go ahead and explain what you are looking at and why this is important for magic, why this is important to know, period, and how this ties into the tree of life, um, and things of that nature. So I'm going to be making a lot of ties, but also I'd like to say as a disclaimer that all of this is theoretical. This is just my own kind of like thought process of how the mental bodies work based off my knowledge of the mental bodies and what I've literally experienced within my own consciousness. So just take it how it resonates and disregard anything that you don't resonate with, or do your own research, your own study. So boom. So first off, we have a human body, right? We have the human vessel, which is the template for the esoteric bodies. As you can kind of see, even in this diagram, it's like vertical and like a horizontal aspect, which is like the arms and shit like that and whatnot. But that's just kind of my own little observation as I've came up with this. But nonetheless, we first have our body and we have the chakra system, the root, sacral, solar plexus chakras. Uh, And then we have the heart chakra, which is this little center point, which is kind of the nexus for everything here. And we have the throat, the crown, the third eye chakra, which I don't know if you can see, but like the way that I drew it was quite interesting. I drew it like a vesica Pisces, and I'll explain the esoteric reason behind why I did that. So we got the crown chakra, and then above that we got the soul star chakra, and we also have like the earth star chakra, right? Or the earth body or whatever. So first, I'll explain from bottom to top, right? Okay, so in the beginning, there was the primordial waters of none, the triple blackness of space, the zero, which is also the all, the nothing, and the everything, right? This is the primordial waters of spirit, and or you could say the great mother or the divine, the womb from which all creation is birthed. It is birthed from zero, and and how reality kind of works is like reality works in music notes. So each dimension in reality is like an octave on a scale, on a musical scale. You know, you have do, which is, you have do, re, mi, fa, si, or whatever, low, da 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 da, and up. These these sound vibrations also have a numerical value. So do would be like one, re would be two, and if you're working off Fibonacci sequence, you would combine one and two. You'd combine do, re, and you get mi, which is three. And then you combine three and two for the next octave. You get five, which would be the solar plexus, and then five plus three, eight for the heart chakra, and that also forms an infinity sign. You feel me? And then eight and five, um, you get 13, and then you know what I'm saying, whatever after that. I don't know. I'm not too good at math, but from this perspective, you can see how from the zero, reality spiraled up towards higher expressions or higher dimensions of expression or more complex expressions as it moves up to more complex spheres of reality, which we call like the mental body, the higher body, you know what I'm saying, and the masculine and feminine and whatnot. But it all starts from nothingness. It all starts from the 0 point, which is down here, the Earth Star chakra, or what in like ancient terms would be like Tiamat, like the mother goddess or whatever, the mother goddess that existed before Earth. Because in esoteric teachings, especially ancient ones, Earth, the physical Earth, as we know it, is actually an after creation of a earlier Earth. That's what they say in an esoteric sense. What I believe they're talking about, this is just theoretical by the way, but what I believe they're talking about is the divine Om. It's that zeroness. It's the womb from which all creation springs out of. And that is the first body that we are this is the first body that we receive once we are basically extracted from the womb of the great mother or the primordial mother. This is the first body that we receive, which is your primordial awareness or the awareness of I am, which is this first body. As you can see, here's some of the terms I associated with it, and I'll show you how I tie this into. I'll show you how I tie this into the tree of life, right? Um, and then from that, we eventually get the root, sacral, and the solar plexus chakras. These chakras work based off the physical plane and work based off survival and things of this nature. That's why people are operating, most of this world operates off a solar plexus chakra, a solar plexus or a yellow ray consciousness, which basically like is like hustle mentality, like that grind or don't shine mentality, or like you gotta go get it, you know what I'm saying, type shit. Because it's combining ego with survival plus higher consciousness. So through the filter of your ego, you can attach your consciousness to something. Let's say you want to go get a bag, and you could gear your ego to work for you in order to obtain that goal. And that's where most people are at, and that's their lower bodies, which I guess you could say are the bodies of like will or survival, I guess, but survival may not even be the right word because I know the root chakra is mainly the survival chakra. But you could basically say that these are the bodies of physical expression, right? But then we get to an interesting juncture at the heart chakra. And I don't know if you guys can see, I don't know if you guys can see on the live stream, but we have a Merkaba or a star tetrahedron right there. And basically, why this is commonly seen to be at the heart chakra is because you get a combination of not only masculine and feminine, because remember your right side is your masculine side, your left side is your feminine side, because how the brain works is like the right hemisphere is feminine, the left hemisphere is masculine, but the left side controls the right side, and the right side controls the left side. So you have on each side your masculine and feminine, which combine at the heart chakra, and you also get a combination of the higher and lower bodies of the three of the heart, the throat, the third eye, and the crown. Well, I guess you could say directly from up there you get the throat, third eye, and you get the crown. You get a combination. These bodies merge with the lower bodies through the medium of the heart chakra, and that's why it's like a merging, or like that's why it's two triangles merging, right? And as you can see, it actually has one, two, three, four, five, 6 points. Well, that in and of itself represents the four elements. Um, and I guess you could say like in the middle of the star tetrahedron would be like soul, like the soul gateway. Um, because it's combining as above, so below, as within, so without. Also, even if you could look at my diagram, it's like a cross, right? Cross. You could equivalent. What's the right word? You can equate this like the cross of Jesus, right? Once you cross into the esoteric, you cross over the barrier of the fourth dimension, you become a Christ figure yourself. Oh, esoteric wisdom. Ha ha ha. This is also the the heart chakra, or the esoteric heart chakra, is considered the pearly gates to heaven, because it's also the chakra of love. You know what I'm saying? So it naturally has an affinity, especially in its most exalted expressions, to be a very, very positive, very um, soul orientated chakra, especially since it operates off of emotion and intuition. It Even though your conscious mind can be stuck in the third dimension or in lower consciousness, your heart chakra still can emanate that um the perfection that is. That's why your heart chakra is considered your gateway to heaven. That's why Jesus be pointing to his heart. You know what I'm saying? Or his heart is like in those paintings, you got his heart and it's like on fire, and it's like, you know what I'm saying, got the crown around it. I don't know the exact symbolism, but it's pointing to something esoteric, which I represent here. Um, and then you get the mental body, which, and the interest, well, first you get the mental body above, of course, above the lower bodies, right? And in conjunction with the masculine and feminine, right? And it conjuncts kind of at the it also merges at the throat chakra, which is expression. That's where we get masculine and feminine expressions. Um, but another interesting point, I say that the second most interesting point next to the heart chakra, most important, is the pineal gland here. Now let me go ahead and break this down to y'all. What's up? Okay, perfect. All right, so with the pineal gland being here, you got to understand that our pineal gland is filled with dark, rich. It's our I'm jumbling up my words. Our pineal gland is filled with dark, pure, light transducing, bioconductive melanin that actually acts as a bridge to higher consciousness. Why? Because it takes vibrations, it takes light even on the spectrum that we can't see, vibrations that we can only feel during inner meditation, and it transduces them, and it kind of transmits a certain vibration through the body. That's why it's considered the eye of God, because it takes the higher vibrations through the prism of Thoth, and it transmits it down to the body, down to the lower bodies. Therefore, you get Kundalini enlightenment. And the goal is always for you to reach your pineal gland. Why? Because that's your bridge to higher consciousness. As you can even see, there, the Thoth or the abyss that when. Let me explain Thoth to you. Okay, so you can the only way you can connect with God the Father, your divine self, your higher self, your divine body, is through spiritual understanding. And then you could cross the abyss with faith, with knowing pretty much. But crossing the abyss, you have to cross the mind to get up here. So in order to download divine information from here, you have to transmit it by through spiritual understanding. You have to do spiritual alchemy within yourself to christen yourself to become your Christ itself through your pineal gland, through enlightening, through Kundalini enlightenment. Through Kundalini enlightenment is the only way to reach here, because you have to cross the abyss of what's beyond the mind. The concept here is your entire concept of God is what's the problem. It's because God, the concept that we call God, is so beyond the mind that it can't be fully encapsulated in your conscious mind, especially with humanity in the state that it's in, with a calcified pineal gland. In the Norse mythology, the sky god, in Greek mythology, the sky god Uranus, which is the god of chaos, by the way, got his penis cut off by Cronus. That's the pineal gland. That's also the story of not Horus, Osiris, who got his penis cut off by Set. And Saturn correlates with time and death and structure. That's lower body shit. So by focusing on the lower body, you cut off your connection to the higher bodies or your divine self, or you leave the Garden of Eden and come down, or you come out into the forest of duality, as I call that. I don't know if they call that in the Bible. This is also like Ketheric, like on the Tree of Life. This would be Kether. This would be Thoth. What's under Thoth? I don't know. Like you have all the bodies here, and I know you have like the right path, which is the path of mercy, and you have the masculine path, which is the path of severity, and it all coalesces, and it is all My bad. I literally don't know why. I don't know why it stopped. But um don't worry. I think it's gonna be better that I just like do this in the video where I can edit it so I could hit specific points in a specific way because there's a lot to talk about here. So I will be posting this on can't post it on YouTube yet. I don't got enough subscribers, but I will be posting this on Facebook. So tune in anybody who sees this to my Facebook account right here. Make sure to check me out on Instagram and of course YouTube. But other than that, I love you guys, soul family, peace inwards, and stay blessed, stay enlightened. Let's get it.